Hello, Aluxers. This is a special series we're doing all week here at Alux, where every day we're showcasing the life of one of the most memorable mobsters. Enjoy it. Today we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about the Yakuza. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get informed. Hey there, Aluxers, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're talking about the Yakuza, or more commonly known as the Japanese Mafia in the Western world, is a mysterious organization known for its ruthless approach to business. It is widely regarded as one of the world's most successful organized crime syndicates. The origin of the Yakuza can be traced back as far as the 1600s, making it one of the world's oldest mafia-type organizations. The Yakuza still has a major presence in Japan today. Even though they are regarded as semi-legitimate, they are still engaging in certain nefarious activities, such as human trafficking, gambling, and extortion. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. Well, Aluxers, that's the intro. Let's get into it, shall we? Here are the 15 things you didn't know about the Yakuza. Number 1. The Yakuza trace back to two less savory elements of Japanese society. Two groups emerged in Japan's mid-Edo period, which lasted from 1603 until 1868. The first was the Tekiya. This group of people sold stolen goods. The second was Bakuto, which was a group of people with connections to the world of gambling, whether as customers or proprietors. The Tekiya was a structured group with a hierarchy and a code of conduct on how business was done. The Bakuto were a loosely connected group with fewer rules and structures. And today's Yakuza initiation ceremonies still incorporate rituals that come from both Tekiya and Bakuto. Number 2. The Yakuza built up its power through a ruthless but disciplined hierarchy. The Yakuza structure is similar to that of a family. There is an overall patriarch known as the Kumicho. He has advisors and chiefs called Saiko Kamon and So Hanbucho. The Kumicho supervises the Wakagashira, who is the leader of several regional gangs. Some of this power is delegated to the Fuku Hanbucho, who are each responsible for some of the gangs in his region. Each gang has a local leader called the Shategashira. At the bottom of the hierarchy are the foot soldiers. This structure requires a disciplined approach, and this is what's believed has allowed the Yakuza to survive and thrive in Japan. Number 3. Yakuza members are drawn largely from social misfits. The Tekiya and Bakuto were low-ranking members of society who came together to form a group that would help them sustain their illicit activities. Today, anyone from any walk of life can join the Yakuza. However, most of its members are teenage thugs who have joined street gangs. Rumor has it, new Yakuza members are required to write an entrance exam to demonstrate their knowledge of the law. Competence in the exam shows that a Yakuza member will be able to stay under the police radar. Number 4. The Yakuza gained a lot of power after World War II. During the Second World War, Yakuza membership and activity declined as most of the country's young men were fighting for the Army, Air Force, and Navy. In 1946, Kazuo Taoka became the boss of the country's largest Yakuza syndicate, or Boryokudan, the Yamaguchi Gumi. He would become known as the Godfather of Godfathers. He consolidated the strength of the organization and built up its enormous wealth. Notoriously ruthless, he was known as the Bear for his signature clawing out of the eyes of his victims. Today, there are 22 Boryokuden groups. Number 5. The Yakuza are tight-lipped when it comes to money. Because so much of their money is made up from illegal activities, the Yakuza don't broadcast their annual revenues. Therefore, estimating their net worth is difficult. It's hard to attach a dollar value to their many different businesses and influence in corporate and political affairs. The Yamaguchi Group on its own is estimated to be worth about $6.6 billion. Add that to the value of the remaining 22 Boryukuden groups, and you're looking at an estimated worth of $23 billion. Number 6. The turf wars between the Yakuza Boryukuden groups have been bloody and violent. After the death of Kazuo Taoka in 1981, there was tension in the ranks of the Yamaguchi group. Taoka's successor was his second-in-command, Kenichi Yamamoto, who was serving a jail sentence at the time. However, Yamamoto died in jail. The Yamaguchi voted for a leader, and Masahisa Takanaka won. One Yakuza leader, Hiroshi Yamamoto, was not happy with the result. He broke away from his own Boryukuden Ichiwai Kai. A bloody war over territory and loyalty followed. The official body count was 36. Number 7. The Yakuza's association with the sex trade has brought it into disrepute. Modern-day Yakuza sex trafficking activities can be traced back to World War II and its aftermath. Comfort women were brought in to work as prostitutes for American servicemen. Brothel operations earned the Yakuza large amounts of money. Today, many brothels have foreign prostitutes working in them to cater to the whims of wealthy Japanese businessmen and tourists. Many women are forced into prostitution after getting into debt with the Yakuza. To pay off their debt, they are forced to work as sex slaves. Number 8. The urban legend of Yakuza cutting off their pinky fingers is true. Yubutsumi is a form of apology and not a sign of allegiance for which it's often mistaken. If a Yakuza member commits an offense, he's required to cut off the tip of his left pinky finger and give it to his boss. Further offenses mean cutting off more portions of the finger. A weakened pinky affects the grip of a sword. This symbolizes the need to be under the protection of a group and not to act in one's own best interest. As a missing pinky is an obvious sign of Yakuza membership, many members wear a prosthetic to avoid attention from law enforcement. Number 9. The etymology of the name Yakuza is a Japanese card game. The name Yakuza has its roots in an ancient Japanese card game called Oicho Kabu. The card has some similarities to the game of blackjack. In Oichu Kabu, the aim is to draw 3 cards that add up to the value of 9. When the total exceeds 9, the second number is used as the new total. An intricate game of chance, the worst possible hand a player can draw is 8, 9, 3. The cards add up to 20. The second number rule means that this combination scores 0. The number combination 893 is pronounced Yakuza in Japanese. Number 10. The Yakuza is the undisputed king of organized crime in Japan. Most of the organized crime disputes in Japan are between different groups in the Yakuza. The 4 biggest groups are the Yamagachi Gumi, Sumiyoshi Kai, Inagawa Kai, and Aizukeo Tetsu Kai. With up to 80,000 members, the Yakuza has made sure that there's no room for other gangs to muscle in on their territories and interests. This monopoly and lack of competition has cemented the Yakuza's place as one of the richest crime syndicates in the world. And Aluxers, we've covered this in detail in our Top 10 Richest Criminal Organizations video, which you can check out by clicking in the top right corner. Number 11. The Yakuza's violent response to bad press has brought them unwanted attention. A recent report by Reporters Without Borders shows that journalists in many countries are targeted by the subjects of negative reporting. Those who investigate and report on organized crime are very vulnerable to threats and violence. Organized crime syndicates avoid publicity about their nefarious activities and sometimes go to extreme lengths to put an end to it. The Yakuza is no exception, being accused of killing the son of journalist Mizoguchi Atsushi in 2006 in retaliation for his reporting on their activities that same year. Number 12. America has taken action against corporations associated with the Yakuza. In 2018, the United States government announced sanctions against individuals and companies that have known links with the Yakuza. 2 corporations and 4 individuals have been targeted. All the sanctions are aimed at the Yamaguchi Gumi Group, as it's America's belief that their activities include money laundering of terrorist funds. In addition, they have accused the Yakuza of acting together with other criminal organizations around the world to perpetrate even more crimes. Number 13. The Yakuza are gaining more power in the Japanese corporate sector. The Yakuza's influence goes well beyond its illicit gambling, sex trade, and drug trafficking activities. There's a growing trend for the Yakuza to invest in buying shares of major corporations. They then work to find compromising information about the company's executives and extort them. In exchange for keeping quiet, the Yakuza demands exorbitant amounts of money. Saving face is an important part of Japanese culture, so this Yakuza tactic is usually very successful. Number 14. Yakuza members cover their entire bodies with tattoos. Yakuza members have full-body tattoos, including on their genitals. They generally do not opt for modern tattooing procedures. Irizumi tattoos are done by hand and involve inserting the ink under the skin. The tools for tattooing include needles or sharpened pieces of bamboo. It is notoriously painstaking and painful. Many Yakuza members' wives get the same tattoos as their husbands as a gesture of loyalty to their spouse and to the Yakuza. Number 15. The Yakuza has helped out those in need. After the 2011 earthquake and tsunami which led to the Fukushima nuclear plant crisis, the affected area was in desperate need of help. The Yakuza was one of the first groups to react. They opened their offices to the people from the area who had been stranded in Tokyo during the earthquake. The Yakuza also helped to ship food, blankets, diapers, water, and other daily essentials to the area to help those affected by the disaster. And the Yakuza did the same after the 2005 Kobe earthquake. Much of their philanthropy is done quietly, with minimum publicity. Well, Aluxers, there you have it. 15 things you didn't know about the Yakuza. Did any of it surprise you? Let us know in the comments. And of course, for sticking with us all the way to the end and being a true Aluxer, here's your bonus. Number 16. Bob the Builder had to get an extra finger in Japan. The beloved children's character only has 4 fingers. However, in Japan, Bob the Builder has 5 fingers. The justification is having 4 fingers makes him look like a gangster. Many Yakuza members have 4 fingers because of the Yubatsumi ritual. The Japanese felt leaving Bob the Builder with 4 fingers would glorify the Yakuza to young children, when their aim is to deter them from joining the organization altogether. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.